Oh yeah, I want the camo. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he looks like a hillbilly.
Hi, my name's Sean Lees. This is my partner, Mike Abaticio, and we're co-owners of HillBilly Brand, a country lifestyle clothing brand.
We are here to ask for a $50,000 investment for a 25% equity stake in our company.
Cool, 200 grand.
Mike and I have known each other since elementary school. We were always looking for a business to start, but we never really found one we enjoyed doing in our spare time. That all changed on a ski trip to Colorado. On that trip, Mike showed me the HillBilly logo he created, and I thought it was great. We went to our first event, a small local rodeo, and we sold everything we brought in 4 hours. We knew we were onto something big.
Now the term.
Ding ding. That's all. That's awesome. That's it's great when things like that can happen because people see it, they identify with it, probably without you even having to like explain it to them, or you know, they already have it in their mind that they identify with it. So that's
Hillbilly's not what
awesome.
it used to be. People love the brand, they wear it proud. It represents their lifestyle, the country lifestyle. I want you to think outdoors, hunting, fishing, skiing, and more. And country music and NASCAR fans are among the most loyal consumers. There's millions of them, so this is just the tip of the iceberg. T-shirts, hats, and tank tops are only the beginning. Our customers are asking us for blue jeans, bathing suits, fishing gear, hunting gear, and backpacks. We can put this logo on just about anything. I'm telling you guys, the product and licensing opportunities are endless.
With the right manufacturing, distribution, and marketing, HillBilly Brand will be a household name. Everybody's got a little hillbilly in them.
Find yours. And Jeff, you might be a redneck, but we know you got a little hillbilly in you.
What is the difference between a hillbilly and a redneck?
I've always defined redneck as a glorious absence of sophistication. And it really did.
That sounds like a nice sophisticated explanation for redneck, and no, it's great that he's here on this episode. And you know, the hillbilly thing, like, I mean, I personally would never identify like that, but that's just me, right? I'm not every person.
Didn't matter how much money you had. Right. I mean, you know, I've known rich guys that came home and popped a beer and sat out on the porch and watched the bug zapper. I mean, that's quality entertainment. I mean, I think it's the same attitude. It's a fun, don't worry about too many things kind of attitude there. And I like your stuff.
Guys, do you have any sales?
Yes.
So far, we sold about $271,000 in a little over 3.5 years.
Never answer a sales question with what you sold over 3 years.
Yeah.
Because that always makes me think your sales aren't very good. What did you sell in the last 12 months?
So far, about $50,000 this year. We're on track to do $60,000.
Do you have any distribution? Where's the stuff sold?
We do event sales. We do about 12 a year.
You have no retail distribution.
Okay.
Well, we just actually signed a vendor agreement with Sports Authority, and we're going to start in approximately 30 stores in the Southeast.
Sports Authority. Oh man, do they even exist anymore? I know the one near me closed like a while ago. I don't know if they exist anymore. I know Dick's. Hopefully, maybe in the last, you know, this was in 2011. Maybe they've gotten signed up with Dick's in the meantime.
And we got picked up by a distribution company called
Bass
Barjam,
Pro Shop,
which distributes products to all the travel plazas and truck stops across the nation.
So you own the name HillBilly.
Yes, we actually.
In what categories?
We own the brand as far as the design logo, and we own just the word hillbilly.
That's insane. That is absolutely, like, to be able to take a word that already existed and then own that word. That's insane to me. That's insane. Something that's so synonymous, like in American wordage and culture.
Apparel, belts, T-shirts, hats.
And we have 3 trademarks in the U.S. and 1 in Canada.
Mike, here's my challenge with it.
Wow.
How would you ever get your name out there? Like, the advertising cost to build the brand, if you're not a brand already, would cost millions of dollars. You're asking for $50,000.
Well, here's what we've done so far. We've closely aligned ourselves with country music. You know, we go out to the concerts, we set up our tent, and most of the time we sell more T-shirts than the artist do.
So in a typical event.
So, but here's the thing, like, this is, people aren't buying it because it's quality stuff. It very well may be quality stuff. In fact, I hope that it's quality stuff. But they're buying it because of the logo and the name and identifying with that. So you're taking almost like a parlor trick and trying to like turn it into something bigger, right? And you know, I'll you know, give them props. They took something and literally a word that people already identified with or knew about and kind of turned it into their own. And then popped it on, you know, popped the logo on stuff. It's you know, hats off to them. That's awesome.
How many T-shirts would you sell?
If it's a big concert that says 20,000 people, we can sell as much as $10,000.
But that's not a net number because, I mean, I sell T-shirts at concerts,
Yes.
and I know that the venues beat you over the head. I mean, There's kind of a low margin on that, isn't there?
Well, it depends. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
some events, it's $100 a get in, some is $1,000.
Are you going to make a profit on that?
Yeah, well, we're cash flow positive about a little over $7,000 for the year. We've been putting everything back into
But
the
you don't
business.
pay yourselves anything.
No, not yet.
So your business makes
Ooh.
about $7,000.
That's
Not
tough.
really. They don't pay themselves.
So, Sean, the $50,000 you're asking for, what would you use that for?
Well, we want to start attending the trade shows to get it in front of the buyers, and we want to expand our trademarks into other countries.
I mean, we want to take our party to the trade show. You know, you can't just have one table and two guys sitting behind it, you know, because when we sell this stuff, we got the music blasting, we throw in impromptu concerts, you know, we have artists come into our tent, you know, so it is a huge party, and I think that's why we have such a great following.
Now, you're asking for $50,000 for 25% of the business. That means you're evaluating your business at $200,000.
On $7,000 in profit.
No profit. There's no profit. Stop saying that.
All right,
Stop, bad, Robert, bad. No, look, it's, and that's tough too because I mean, they obviously spend money on getting the trademark and I would think the whatever kind of patents they have and stuff like that, but like, what expenses do they have other than just producing the stuff with their logo? Yeah, it's high quality stuff, but they should be able to make a margin on it that enables them to have enough money to continue to grow the brand. Now, if they come back and say, well, my answer is we've been just pouring the money back into blowing it up, right? Doing Facebook ads, doing other social media ads, getting search terms on Google for these different artists and things like that. You know, it's trying to hitch your ride onto somebody else's rocket kind of thing, then that makes sense. But yeah, that's tough. That's tough. When you say you can show up and sell $10,000 worth of merch, and you're outselling the person who's out there playing on the stage, which I'm guessing is like maybe they're talking about the opening act or something. I don't know, but that's I don't know.
you're right, on no profit.
We base that on the $60,000 in sales, 2.5 times earnings, plus $50,000 value on the 4 trademarks we're holding.
I think you were smart enough to understand the power of the mark. That right there is a great business itself.
So you gonna write a check?
Are you selling something? Then mind your business.
Why not license this out to somebody and let them go after the big retailers and you reap the benefit
That's
of that?
definitely something that we wanted to explore.
I mean, we've already signed a licensing deal with a Canadian record company.
Oh,
and they're-
wait, can I just you know what's interesting is
You write a check?
so he's like leaning back like he's not talking to Kevin who's sitting right next to him. He's like talking to Barb or somebody. The magic of editing. I'm just guessing, but it just seems odd that he's got his neck and back like
Are you
that.
selling something? Then mind your business.
Why not license this out to somebody and let them go after the big retailers and you reap the benefit of
That's
that?
definitely something that we wanted to explore.
I mean, we've already signed a licensing deal with a Canadian record company, and they're going to start packaging it with their music and their artists and selling it in 100 HMV stores, you know, coming up in the next couple months.
Hey, here's what I take.
All off the backs of a logo. I mean, it's crazy how this stuff works, right? And again, hopefully it's high quality product, but it can be so it bends my mind sometimes that like literally just a logo and putting that logo on different products can make that product move.
From this. And if you come out here and said, look, we're smart enough to know that the only thing of value we have is our mark, our brand, HillBilly.
Yes.
We're so smart that
Ding,
we've got 4 deals to license this, and there's a cost to set that up, and it's $50,000. That would have been interesting to me. That would have been something I would have written a check for. I have no interest in competing in retail, a category that's so crowded, grown men weep.
Licensing's not off the table. We've already did licensing.
You can only have one vision. You can't have 15 and let me be part of the ones that don't work. I only want to be part of the ones where I get rich. That's all I care about. HillBilly, I got it. I think it works.
I mean, we're just starting on the retail side.
But I don't want to be in retail. That is the most brutal.
Well, wait, they're just starting on the retail side, but again, I feel like there's so many missed opportunities that they could, from advertising and such that they could have made such a bigger push than they have, and to come away with $7,000 profit, I guess that year is just it's tough.
Business on earth. You're about to find that out. I'm out.
And Damon knows it.
Sean and Mike, with them, you got good-looking stuff, you license it, and let somebody else go out there and fight.
We're not against licensing it. When we go to these events and there's 10 other t-shirt vendors and then there's the singer's tent we outsell all of them. And they come to us and say, what are you guys doing? How are you doing this?
Well, let me just say to you, I wish I had the licensing contacts to help you out. I think that is the way to go for sure, with someone you can trust. So I'm out because I just don't have those contacts.
She also probably wouldn't identify real well with the HillBilly brand.
Sean, I think the ultimate redneck, is that disrespectful, Jeff?
No, that's a compliment.
Okay, the ultimate redneck / hillbilly is sitting right there at the end. Jeff, would you license this? If you can get Jeff to come in on the deal, I'll make an offer. But I want 100% of the name. I just want to buy the name and pay you back a royalty fee on it. Jeff, do you want to come in on it?
I mean, that makes
What
a
kind
lot
of
of sense.
royalty are you thinking about?
I mean, I think we would pay them back a 7% fee on any future deals. I just want to license it to other people, have the check show up, and you get a fee out of that.
But we certainly don't want to give up our whole dream. I mean, we created this. So
Right. They created a logo, right? And the experience and all that it's again, it's not something that they couldn't come up with that next thing, that next logo. Like, you got lightning in a bottle and you have somebody that's willing to write a check and then send you checks on top of it. To me, it's like, you could come up with that next logo if this falls through, right? Like, this isn't coming up with the only, I don't know, something that is so intricate and I don't know. It's something it's not like you're coming up with something that's so revolutionary and you're like, I don't know that I'm ever going to come up with something. Like, I've created hundreds of products, I've created hundreds of inventions, and like, this is the one that actually landed, and now somebody wants to rip it away from me. The dream of them going and hanging out at these concerts and things and doing that, living that life, slinging shirts and stuff, like, it's cool. And again, you could come up with another logo and you could still bring that same ambiance. They're not going to own, experience and stuff like that. So,
I mean, we would love to partner with you or any of the sharks as long as we're involved.
It's not
we'll
a
go out and
dream
sell
till it makes money. It's just a nightmare till then.
But I don't think we're going to give up 100% of our company, when we know how to sell this. I mean, even though you license it, someone's still got to go out and sell it,
Jeff, are you in on it? Because that's pretty important to me.
Yeah, I'll go in on that with you, Robert.
All right, so
So
you
what's
got the king of hillbilly and redneck willing to use his name and license this.
Sell it.
Damon,
Sell it,
you
Robert.
want in?
I think that if the guys go out and license it with my expertise,
Jeff, I think Damon brings some value.
I think Damon brings a lot of value.
Oh,
All right,
definitely.
So let me rephrase the deal, if you don't mind, Jeff. Guys, you're gonna get $50,000 split between Jeff, Damon, and I for the rights to the name in exchange for a royalty. What are you gonna do?
I think what we'd like is if we could go up to maybe 100,000, 10% instead of 7% on the royalties, and then some type of guarantee that if you guys just sat it on a shelf, we'd have an opportunity to take it back at some point.
You're not.
See, now that's great. I think trying to push, especially because there's 3 of them, so they're putting in a chunk, a little bigger chunk on each part. I think that makes a lot of sense. They can get their money out of it. They can, split it amongst, the 2 of them, and then they're going to get their 10%. They're going to get a 5% cut each. And then with the caveat that if you do nothing with it, we want it back. Ding, ding. Great counter offer.
Hillbillies?
I'm gonna defer the answer to that question back to Jeff. Is it worth the 100,000?
And I got to tell you, emotionally, I'm torn because I was you 25 years ago, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning and doing 15 radio shows, doing redneck jokes, trying to develop that brand.
it's a tough one. I was them as well.
Yeah.
Then have a heart, guys, and open your big fat wallets right here. Let's go.
Barbara, no.
I was ready to move on.
75,000,
Okay.
7% royalty,
25,000 each.
25,000 each. You okay with that? Yeah.
Guys, 75,000. We get the name. You get a 7% royalty.
So 10%'s out of the question.
I think 7% is generous.
7%
I
is
think you guys know
industry
that.
standard.
We need an answer.
We need an answer.
what do you think?
So I would be like, all right, can we push that 7%? So 75,000. Okay, we're good. We'll meet in the middle there. But can we get to 8.5%? Because it could make a huge difference in that check that you're going to get month after month after month.
Is that a deal? All right, let's go. Deal.
All right. Good job. Ding, 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 ding. Love it.
I like that.
Love it, love it, love it. That's awesome.
It could work.
I don't think Jeff was ever in an episode after this.
It means a lot to have a
Oh,
deal.
that was funny. The ladies are walking out of the room and the doors are closing on them.
To have a deal with Foxworthy. I mean, that guy is country. You know, he lives and breathes country. So for us to have a licensing deal with him backing it is amazing. And I think this is probably the best thing that could have happened to us.
I would agree. I would agree. And it's not that they couldn't, you know, if things stagnate, that they couldn't go to these guys and be like, hey, let's go on the road, right? Let's sell these shirts. So that is awesome. Let's see where they're at today with it. They have this. Here's the site. So they're selling their t-shirts and they got camo masks. Cool. I mean, the site's a little hard to read there, guys, with your wood grain your wood background and dark text, but you know, definitely seems like they're doing okay. Let's see, during Shark Tank, now as of 2018, even though they were more than excited to make a deal, the deal ended up falling through because they were not able to come to a final agreement. However, this didn't dishearten the Hillbillies because they did end up receiving a lot of great advice from Damon. They stated that they learned a lot and were able to use this knowledge to propel their brand towards success. Since appearing on the show, it's received a lot of attention, has become quite successful. They now sell in quite a few retail locations, but the majority of their products are still found online. It appears as if the boys have reached their goal of expanding the name and the line of products as well, making them one of the more successful companies that aired on Shark Tank. That is awesome. Ding, ding for them. And ding, ding for you for making sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this video, this information to more entrepreneurs just like yourself. If you want to reach out to me, it's at Super Joe Pardo everywhere on social media. If you want to learn how you can work with me on growing your profit for your business, go over to superjoepardo.com. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.